Well, no games last weekend, and not a lot to go over that way. But timing-wise, for us, we've been going pretty hard since our exhibition game with the U.S. team, right when the season got going. 8 straight weeks of practicing and travel. We just got off a span where 6 out of 8 games were on the road, so to get home against Wisconsin was good, and then to get a little break here, kind of heal up, and gave us the opportunity to take a couple days in each end last week. So going into back into Big Ten games here, we got 4 on the road to finish off, which going to Penn State and at Notre Dame, two pretty tough places to play, but. Like I said, the break was good. We got back on the ice yesterday, and you're always interested after a couple days off to see how the guys will look. And we took Sunday, Monday last week off, and then we went Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning, then took 2 more days off and jumped on Sunday. And guys looked sharp and had a lot of energy, and everybody seemed healed up and kind of ready to go and make the charge through here till finals and Christmas break. So it worked out well for us. I think having 2 series on the road isn't great, but it does set us up well for the second half. And after Christmas, our schedule is pretty good, and a lot of home cooking after that. So anyhow, we're excited to get back at it. And when you're playing well, you want to keep playing, and hopefully we get out to Penn State and get something done.
So you mentioned that you had like that momentum kind of going into the break. Do you think you're going to have trouble kind of finding that energy again? Like, you may have rested up, but is that going to be hard to find again?
Well, I guess that's always the question, is kind of get back up to game speed, but you hope not. I think you prove some things to yourself, and you feel good about the way you play, and certainly things we've seen in practice, there's been some good carryover. You continually want to improve on different areas of the game, and sometimes when you get to a certain point, there's some things that stick. We continually go over things and re-practice and readdress and re-emphasize, but I hope we jump right back on it, and physically we're good. Practices have been good. They will be this week, and we should be excited. It's fun. You jump on a plane and head down to Penn State. We're back in the game. You should be excited. Should play well.
Dan, George Ritter has played the last 5 games in goal, and he's played obviously very well. Has he established himself now as number 1, or is there still a debate between him and Pierce?
Yeah, well, you know what, we said early on that they were going to battle back and forth, and if one guy, especially once we got into conference play, if one guy got hot, he might stay in for a while. So for right now, he's kind of carrying the mail, but we address it with Pierce, and he keeps himself sharp. He's going to get another chance, and if he goes on a run, we'd be perfectly comfortable having him win 4 or 5 games in a row. So right now that's where it's at, but I'd be shocked if Pierce didn't get 1, if not 2 games before the break.
And about Drew, other than stopping the puck, which you obviously love, what has he done well?
Well, that's job definition. It's real easy for goalies just stop the puck, but I think a few things that he's done is he's handled rebounds real well. There hasn't been a ton of second chances. That's been real nice. I think his presence of mind has been good. When we needed a whistle, he's been able to get a puck. He couldn't get the rebound, get a puck up into the netting, so we could get a whistle and slow things down. And then always with goalies, it's timeliness. You can give up goals at any time they're bad, but there's certain times of the game when you just need that save just to hold that momentum, and other teams are going to get chances, and when a goalie can make that big save at the right time and just kind of calm everything down, I think he's been exceptional at that.
What things sort of the game within the game have you seen that have equated to this improved play and the start you guys and feeling good about yourself? You just had to pinpoint something.
Yeah, one thing, definitely is consistency. Just, from the drop of puck Friday to the last whistle on Saturday, just playing a game and understanding how we want to play and kind of sticking with it. And I think we've been better at that. I think our transition, both from offense to defense and defense to offense, has been a lot better. We've been just really a lot cleaner coming through the neutral zone. It is an area that we spend a lot of time on, and the way the game is played now, you have to be clean defensively through the neutral zone, and you can't give up a lot. and you have to be able to transition and get to the other side of their D as quickly as possible. And we were battling with some things early on and trying to get, if you get 4 guys doing it, it doesn't work. You need all 5, and we've just done a lot better job with that, and we're creating a lot of offense out of that. And then again, the forwards just doing a better job getting open for the D, and our defensemen doing a better job of getting up. And then on top of that, I think offensively in the offensive zone, our movement and in our routes and our bailouts and our checkdowns have been a lot better. So, that just leads to productive hockey, and I've liked our defensive zone since the beginning of the year. Has been fine. We've had some games where it's been really good, and went a period or a stretch where 7-8 periods where we didn't give up an even strength goal. That was really good. But a big part of that is we spent less time in the defensive zone. We've been able to break out and get out and get to that next layer real quick. So those are all things that, the better you get at those, the more those are automatic, and you keep turning the game the other way, that you feel better about a game. And we'll have a really good test at Penn State. They get up and down the ice well. That'll test us. They always do. And then you go to Notre Dame, and they play a tight, very efficient game, and that'll be a different kind of test. But I'm anxious to see the next 4 games and see how we do.
And as you jump into the conference play now, I'm just curious, if I'm not mistaken, this is the 8th year of Big Ten hockey. Has this been good for the conference or college hockey for Michigan State, or what's your feeling on how Big Ten hockey has worked now here 8 years into the record?
Yeah, it's a good question, Fred. I think there's a lot of mixed emotions on that. And I think hockey was a different setup, as you guys all know, with the CCHA and the WCHA, and really not none of our leagues were really a conference. Everybody's a mix of divisions and conferences, and and I think the familiarity of the CCHA around here, it was nice. We have a lot of schools in Michigan that play. Most of us were in a conference together, and that brought a lot of things. I think what the Big Ten has brought, though, is a pretty high level of I don't know if professionalism is the right word, but just a high level of hockey and institutions, and we see it in the other sports. And when we got enough teams, the time was right. So I've come back into it. I was only a player in the CCHA, but coming back into coaching, I've found it it's outstanding. It's tough, and I talk about it a lot. It's a 500 plus or minus league, but I think the level of playing, what it's done for college hockey, and the visibility that it's had has been outstanding. And I think it's pushed other conferences to the NCHC and Hockey East, and push them to keep up with some of the things we're doing in terms of how the game's being played. And so I think overall, like I said, there's a lot of people who've been in hockey a long time that probably still a lot of consternation about it. But I think what it's pushed and where it's pushed college hockey, it has been a really good thing. And you see that reflected in the NHL and how the guys are coming through college hockey now. And I think the visibility and the acceptance of it has a lot to do with the Big Ten being such a good conference and doing things very well.
Teams in the Big Ten kind of have like a distinct style of play. Each team seems like just kind of the type of game they present. Is there anything unique about what Penn State does?
Well, they like I said, they transition real quick, and I think everybody would come to the common denominator that they put a lot of pucks on net, which Guy Godowski has done that forever, and he does a great job. All the coaches want their players to shoot. I think it's a combination of the emphasis, which they do, and also how they play. They do a nice job. Like I said, they put pressure on you. They transition from defense to offense extremely quickly, and they get up and when they get to the red line, they're thinking about getting that puck on net. When they move that puck from low to high in the offensive zone, they're trying to get that puck on net. And that puts a lot of pressure on it. It's an effective way to play. But I would say that's the one area. But the rest of the way they play is very effective. Just because that's what comes to mind. It's because they do something that everybody wants to do well. They're as good as anybody doing it. The guy does a great job coaching their team, and they're a handful, especially in that building. It's a great place to play.
So it could be a good challenge for Cole Krieger, your defenseman. But I was just wondering how you've assessed his play as of late, and just maybe what's led to some of his success so far this year.
Yeah, that's as a coach, you wish you could, if you could figure that out. I'd probably be rich and on an island somewhere watching this press conference. But you know what? A lot of it comes down to confidence and feeling good about yourself, and it's amazing how it translates to all areas of the game. He's defending very well. He's moving the puck very well. He's jumping into the rush. His physicality is better. I think just his all-around game. And sometimes, you know, he and his brother came in. They were young. They were you know, true freshmen, 17-year-old guys coming on campus, and you know, we think they've been around. They're seniors now, but you know, in NHL standards, they're just touching, you know, just getting into it at 21 for a defenseman. So, but to see that, you know, him feeling good about his game, and you see it in practice, you see it throughout the games, and he's just playing really, really good hockey, and it's nice to see. A lot of times, you know, everything starts clicking together, and you do a couple things right, and all of a sudden, you know, and it's kind of listening to Tom talk about it, you know, you hit a couple shots, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, that's all right, that's what I can do. And now he's found some success, and it's very similar. You see a lot of his offense isn't, you know, from leading the rush and skating all the way down to the goal line and making a pretty play. It's joining the rush to the top of the circles and being smart in that sense. It's moving the puck up to the forwards and then joining it. He's found an effective way to play, and it's fun to see.
So talking a little bit about this month, you do have those 2 road series coming up. What is the message kind of going into this final month before you have that extended break, especially against 2 teams that usually fluctuate in the Big Ten standings?
You know, I don't know if it's, you know, we started talking about it like last week. It was definitely, hey, let's rest and let's get better. Let's not forget about it. Hey, our practices are going to be good. We don't want to lose what we've gained, but let's get better. So, you know, rest as a weapon, and then we did talk about it a little bit as we progressed. But hey, let's finish strong going into the break, and we've set ourselves up pretty well here, and you know what? Let's keep making hay. But you know, our attitude on this all along has been, hey, the most important game of the year. Hopefully, if you ask our guys, they'll say that's the next one. And we're kind of focused on Friday, and you take care of things one at a time, and you work through it. But you know, certainly let's test ourselves. Let's keep the momentum going, and play the way and do the things that we're doing well. Let's keep doing that, and give ourselves a great chance to win. And hopefully they're figuring that out. But again, let's play the games.
This is just not a random question, but I saw on Instagram that the guys went to the football game all together this past Saturday, and so to watch Michigan State play. And I'm just wondering, you know, just for them to have the weekend off and be able to have that experience, you know, what it means in a sense of team bonding.
Yeah, those are great things, and you know, usually you get a couple games. You know, if there's a late August game, maybe you can get to it, or maybe a September one. But after that, it's kind of go time, and you don't have that opportunity. And that was a fantastic football game, and you know, between the winning made it really good. But you know, just the weather and the fans were awesome, and it was just a fun game. I think they had a blast with that, and you know, it's been 2 years where we really haven't been around campus, so probably a little added boost to that. And then I know we skated yesterday a little bit, and then the guys went bowling after that. You know, it's good. It's you want the guys to be around each other. You want them to hang out, and you know, the unscripted things are usually where I'm not big on team building. I think we're going to go over and stand in this room and we're going to do these things. I think it's more the spontaneous, organic things where you're out and you're together, and then some things happen and you have some fun with it, and the guys' personalities come out. So no, it was a good week for them. They got a little time apart, which I think they wanted to get away from each other maybe a little bit, away from the coaches. Coaches wanted to get away from them a little bit. So it was good. But you come back and spend some time together, and that's what the college experience is about. It's a lot about what we're doing and they do, obviously, in practice and playing and having fun. But it's also doing the other things on campus and being part of the community here. And those are the kind of things that make you Spartan for life.
Like watching football and hockey weather?
It was fun. No, I liked it. It was interesting. They need a Zamboni. I was trying to figure out, my mind was going I saw the guys shoveling and snowballing the lines, and they said if we had a grass Zamboni, it might have been very effective on Saturday, but it was fun. All right, good, cool.